Hello, welcome to Pike Creek Farm. My name is Renee, and if this is your first time here, thank you so much for joining me. I'm in the thumb of Michigan, and I like to do videos on canning and vintage recipes and being frugal and thrifty and thriving. I'm in semi-retirement and just trying to bring you all along for the adventure. Because, you know, every day is a growing experience, isn't it? I mean, if you learn something new, it's been a good day. And today I'm here for Frugal February, my menu plan for the week. And it's Monday. Hopefully this gets up today. Sometimes my internet doesn't agree with me uploading videos. So I just wanted to share my menu plan for the week and how my budget is going. So I ended up spending $54. So I was at like 180. So I'm at like 225. So, and I still have, you know, the rest of this week to go. So I think we're doing well. I went and I bought actually some splurges kind of to me. On Friday, we were gonna get snowed in this weekend. So I grabbed cheese for some recipes and I thought, oh, I'll get some crackers. And if we wanna have cheese and crackers for a snack, and they were on sale. And I had to stay in town, but Dollar General had buy one, get one free. So I got wheat thins and Triscuits. And little things excite me. So I sat down yesterday to do my menu plan. I knew what I was gonna have Sunday, but the rest of the week I didn't. And I'm trying to work on recipes using my canned goods and, you know, make it. March is coming up and I don't have to. I'm doing some recipes for that. So I brought out my handy dandy binder. When my mom passed away, this is one of the things that I took from the kitchen. My dad said, take it. And she had a notebook that she put recipes in and all handwritten, and she had an index, and it's falling apart, and I probably need to transfer it to something else, but it's kind of special, you know. So anyway, she had handwritten recipes. She had recipes she got at different restaurants. This is from Bavarian Inn in Frankenmuth, if you're familiar with that, in Michigan, and it's their liver spread. When they told the waitress, my mom says, I really like this. I'd like the recipe for this. And the waitress said, sure. And she brought this to my mom. And when Dad paid the bill, it was like $10 or something like that. She thought they were just giving it to her. Nope, she had to pay for it. But this is a really good recipe. And she shared it with everyone since she paid for it. So I was looking for ideas for this week. And that's kind of what I do. Sometimes I go on Pinterest. I'll pull out a cookbook I haven't used just to get some variety into the menu plan, because I get tired of cooking the same thing. Sometimes I just get tired of deciding what to cook. And I'm sure you've all been there. Then I have some old standbys that I can always make, but I found this. I'm gonna cook this weekend. This is an old Campbell's recipe. I think it's from like the 90s, if I remember correctly, and it's easy chicken and cheese enchiladas. And I have everything in the house except for the tomato and green onion, so I'll pick that up. I'm out of fresh vegetables, so I need to go and pick up those. But I'm gonna be making that this week. And I looked for some other ideas and thought of some in my head too. You know how that goes. So I'm doing well on my budget. We've had plenty of food in the house. Yesterday, Jim had a sweet tooth, so he said, do you have any cookies or anything? And I didn't, but I had everything in the house to make cookies. So we have chocolate chip cookies, and this is the friendship starter recipe, and it makes so many. It probably makes 7 dozen, 8 dozen. So I'm gonna freeze some of the dough and bring it out later on. Yesterday, I mixed up venison sausage, and I'll have a video coming out with that. So we've had that. We even cooked it on our wood stove. Let me see if I can get a picture of that. So that was exciting. We haven't done that yet, and it's one of the things I wanted to learn to do, is to cook on my wood stove in case there's a power outage. Because just to know how it worked temperature-wise and everything. So it works really well. So I'm happy with that, and sure made the house smell good too. And what else did we do? So I have that. Yeah, things are going well, and that's probably the dishwasher in the background. I'm sorry. Jim always says how loud it is, and I'm so used to it, I block it out, so I apologize. So the menu for this week, it started yesterday, and yesterday was chicken cordon bleu that I've had in the freezer. We were gonna have them for New Year's Eve, and Jim's issues with his teeth started, so we didn't have them. So we had them yesterday, along with some winter squash, butternut and squash that I froze, and oh, it's so good. And then I made this recipe using my home canned Minnesota mix stewed tomatoes. It's called gobbledygook. My mom used to make it. She didn't call it that, but when I found that name, I like it, so I stuck with that. So I made, when we had that, and there's enough leftovers for tonight. Actually, because I saved half of my chicken cordon bleu, and Jim, the night before, we had in the crock pot venison tenderloin and mushrooms and peppers and carrots and a gravy on rice. So I'll just cook him some more rice tonight. So tonight will be leftover night. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I am going to make a crock pot of chili, and that will do us for 2 nights, and I'm gonna have cornbread too. So we have a lot going on Wednesday. I'm supposed to work, and my son has a medical procedure, so I have to drive him for his outpatient surgery, which he's never had any surgeries before. So this is something new for him, and so any prayers are very much welcome. So that's Wednesday, so we'll have the leftover chili for Wednesday. Tomorrow I'm going to make bread too, because we are just about out of the bread. And that will make 2 loaves, and I throw 1 in the freezer for next week. And that works out really well for us. Then that's Wednesday. Thursday, I am going to do burgers. I have to work, and I'm just thought that was a nice simple meal, that and some steak fries in the air fryer, and it will be a good meal. And usually that will last us for 2 nights, because a pound of burger makes 4 quarter-pound burgers, and usually we each eat 1. Rarely do we eat 2. Sometimes Jim thinks he's going to, and then he goes, I can't eat the second one. And especially if we have fries. So we'll have that for 2 nights. I'll cook fresh fries. And that's Friday. Look at how fast the week goes. And then Saturday, I am going to make the easy chicken and cheese enchiladas. And I'm gonna do a smaller batch. I'm not gonna do, this says it makes 6 servings. So that's 1 enchilada each. I'll probably do it in a square pan and do 4 enchiladas, I think. We'll see how I feel that night, because I will eat them left over for lunch too, so that's not a bad idea. So that upcoming this week, I have my video using the American goulash. I did the sweet and sour one, so the American goulash video, that is one I'm editing. And then I have the breakfast sausage that I made. And I used venison and pork, but you could use all pork, you could use ground turkey and pork. You can use the combination of ground meat that you have and want, or that you prefer to use. It's very economical. And then I have breakfast sausage in the freezer. So that's it for Frugal February today, with the menu plan and how I, get out the old vintage recipes to try and, see, it is falling apart. Asian cabbage salad. But there's so many recipes in here, and I love to share them all with you. Butter bean stew. My dad loves lima beans, so he would have loved that. When all else fails and I'm getting bored, I dig up Mom's recipes and find some menu ideas, and then there's always so many. And it makes me, think of my mom, which is wonderful. So thank you for joining me today. And remember to look in those file cabinets and cookbooks and recipe cards for recipes that you forget about and that you can add to your menu plan for more variety. Because I think the variety is what makes us help to stick to our menu plans so it doesn't get boring and redundant. Just my opinion. And I hope you're all being successful for Frugal February. And if you found any good deals or good snacks or good recipes, put them down below, because I think it's great when we share our ideas. This week there was no great sales in our store because I guess it was Valentine's Day, so everything was out of my budget, let's say. So thank you for watching today, and stay tuned for more of Frugal February. We'll see you next time at Pike Creek Farm.